be on this one.
All right. The Insurance Committee of the Board of Education will convene on Monday, September 12th, 2016 at 4:15. It is now 4:20 in the PDC room at Central Office at 102 Genevieve, San Antonio, Texas, 78214-2997, Texas Government Code, Chapter 551. Meeting called to order by myself, Juan Mancha. To my right, I have Mr. Madrigal, Superintendent. And to my left is Carlos Quesada, Ms. Diane Turek, and Ms. Elizabeth Guajardo. Ms. Cáceres said she was going to be running a little bit late. Okay, item 2, citizens to be heard. 15-minute limit, total 3 minutes maximum per speaker. Citizens are offered an opportunity to address the board without prior approval. The board, however, will not comment or engage in discussion. Presentations shall be informative only. No board action will be taken. The topics addressed shall be limited to those specifically included on the committee's agenda. Presentations shall not include statements which may be considered inflammatory, and or threatening against a person of or the district, and speakers should not mention students' names unless naming your own child, nor address or complaints against the district employees or officers. Such complaints will be handled through the guidelines set in district policy. At all other times, members of the public shall not enter into discussion or debate in the matter being considered by the committee. The first person that signed up is Adam Estrada. If anybody's, the speakers, please state your name and what campus you're representing or group you're representing, or if you're just representing yourself. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm here to Adam Estrada from Morrow Elementary. I'm speaking on behalf of myself and also a few of my teachers on campus. I'm here to speak about the proposed insurance rates for January 1st, 2017. The rate increase is outrageous. The teachers received a 1.5% raise this year and a one-time retention stipend of $150. With this small raise and the proposed insurance rate, I will and teachers will be taking home less money for their families. This is unacceptable. The cost of living increases every year, yet our salaries do not meet this cost of living to help with these premium rates. This past Friday, teachers received an email from the superintendent. I'd like to quote part of this email. Quote, "The energy levels within our campuses have been great, and many of our students seem to be eager to be back in school. The power of our people is still evident. We are committed to focusing our resources on each classroom in order to provide every student with the top quality of education we all so strongly believe in. Please remember that what you do matters and that you make a difference." Yes, teachers, we make a difference. Yet we're asking the district to contribute more money towards our insurance premium. We understand the district focuses on resources for the classroom, but I believe, and some of my other coworkers believe, that the district needs to focus on the most valuable resource it has, which is the classroom teacher. Please contribute more money towards our premiums so our families do not financially struggle this upcoming school year. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Estrada. Mari Martinez.
Hello, good evening. My name is Maricruz Martinez. I am a representative from Vestal Elementary. I am also here to speak for myself and for my colleagues in regards to the insurance premiums that we received by email. I think they are outrageous. As it is, some teachers are already paying over $1,000 for their family, and now they're going to increase by several hundreds. It's too much. And for myself, I have my insurance, and I have been needing an MRI for some time now, but it's pretty sad when you have insurance and you can't use it because you can't afford it. My MRI, before I even get it, is $1,800. I shared it with y'all before. I'm in pain. My back hurts. I can't go and find out what's wrong with me because I do not have $1,800. And I know there's other teachers that are going through the same situation, different reasons, but the same. And it's kind of concerning to me also when you hear a teacher coming from another district saying, and again, I'm not going to mention names or anything like that, but saying, wow, we used to pay $300 for my family at this district, and I'm coming here and I'm going to have to be paying over $1,000. Why? It's the same company we have now. Why are they paying less and not us? Or, ours is so high. And I've asked several questions before regarding insurance. I've asked, what is, like the city has really good insurance for low premiums, low amounts, but not us. And I was told, we're a very small district. And I said, well, and this is what I'm gonna put to you all as a thought, I'm sure y'all heard it before. If all the districts in San Antonio could come together for Go Public, which is a great campaign, why can't all the districts in San Antonio come together for our teachers to get lower, premiums for insurance, for us to have coverage that we need? What I was told was we have very sick people in HISD. Well, the city does too. And I hate to put this out there like this, but the city has people that deal with alcoholism and drug addiction, and they get sent for rehab. If that were to happen here, we get fired. And the city has great insurance premiums. Why can't we? It's just, like I said, if you can all get together and do this great campaign, Go Public, please do something or think about, getting us better premiums in that manner. I've heard other things, and again, I don't know what all is true, and I'm not even going to repeat other things that I've heard, but as to why that won't happen. But we're expecting to get a better premium, and instead we're getting an even higher one. It's too much. We spend a lot out of our pocket. Even though I know HISD, they offer a lot of training and a lot of things that teachers need, the help. I know we're a family, we help each other, but teachers still spend a lot of money out of our pocket to get our classes going, to keep them going. We still do, that's the honest truth. And then to have to pay that much for insurance, and then not to be able to use it myself, as an example, and I've been dealing with this problem for a while. I can't afford to pay $1,800. I am a teacher here, I love this district, but I'm a single mom, and my money, I can't come up with $1,800 to go get my MRI. And like I said, there's other teachers that are struggling with this. It's just really outrageous that we have to even think about having such a high increase once more. Again, with only getting a 1.5 raise, we're way behind other districts, and our premiums and health insurance keep going higher and higher and higher. Just please, do what you can for us teachers that do all we can and all we do for our students and for our district. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Martinez. We'll be going to item 3, individual items for review and discussion. Ms. Guajardo.
Good afternoon. Thank you, Mr. Chair. Just a reminder, for those of you that were not here last week, what happened in one of our items in our ancillary products, we do have agents. Our current agent is First Financial. These are the people that enroll you. At the time of enrollment, they sit with you at a computer. They're the ones that register you. They also are the ones that have the ancillary products that you can purchase. We went out to RFP to request ancillary, an agent of record for our ancillary products. We had 7 responses. I'm quoting from memory, so I apologize. They came in at one meeting and the 7 presented. After the 7 presentations, and we had it down to 2. And so at our last meeting, one of the suggestions from the Employee Advisory Committee as well as this insurance committee was, can we have our top 2 come back and present for just 5 minutes, just remind us of who they are, and then open the floor to the Employee Advisory Committee or to this board just to ask some questions before we go to full board. And I believe, Mr. Mancha, as chair, you wanted to have this feedback, but wanted the decision to go to full board.
Correct.
Okay, so this afternoon, what we have for us, our first finalist is SWBC. And again, and just to remind of the process, what you'll do is just a 5-minute reintroduction of yourself, and then open it up to questions from the group, should they have any. And Mr. Mancha, just for clarification, Mr. Mancha, we're ready whenever you are. However, this is just for the group and the board to ask questions. There's no scoring. It's just perfect. Thank you, sir.
Before we start, they're going to do a presentation. They're going to introduce themselves for about 5 minutes. You're going to be allowed to ask questions. When you ask questions, please keep it to the topic. I understand that sometimes we're hurting and you know, we feel upset. Let's keep it to the topic so we can let other people be able to participate. Okay, and keep it as professional as possible. Thank you. Alrighty, sir. Thank you.
All right, good afternoon. My name is Andrew Grove. I'm the Vice President of Sales for SWBC here in San Antonio. I've got two of my colleagues here with me, Terry Perez, who's an Executive Account Manager for us, and Javier Guevara, who is also one of our Executive Account Managers. Just to give you a high level, SWBC is a locally owned, privately held company. Our headquarters is here in San Antonio. We're the 12th largest privately held employer in town. We've got 2,700 employees. Our headquarters is over on San Pedro and Avenue and 410, so you've probably seen this before. I'm the Vice President of the Employee Benefits Division. So we do a lot of different things at SWBC, but my background has always been benefits. I had a 20-year career at Humana. I ran the local Humana organization, which we had your health insurance many times, and actually personally worked on the account. So I have some experience with your district. And then also my two colleagues with a prior employer have both worked as in an ancillary broker capacity for the district. So in our packets, I'm sorry I don't have anything on the screen, but our division within SWBC has 23 benefits professionals. They're all located in town, so all of our resources that are available at SWBC are all local. So we don't have to go somewhere else to bring somebody in, to bring in staff. Now, of that staff too, we have 7 of our associates, 30% basically of our division are all bilingual. So we have a very strong bilingual background. We also, what's unique about us is we have a call center that we can access. SWBC, through various businesses that we're in, we own 3 call centers that are fully staffed here in San Antonio. So you'll be able to we'll have boots on the ground to help and do individual help with enrollment and questions, that sort of thing. But we will also provide a dedicated phone number just available for Harlandale ISD employees. So it won't be a general line. We'll have a designated email address too for everything to come in through us. But we will also have all those good old-fashioned touch points where it'll be in-person type service. And so our operating model, I gave some information on that last time. You'll have myself as the lead representing SWBC. These 2 individuals will be the folks that will be your day-to-day help for different areas. You'll also get a communications manager. Because our headquarters is here, SWBC has a communications manager that creates all of our stuff. So a lot of agencies have just basic boilerplate stuff that they provide to everybody. Everything you're going to get from us will be custom, and we have our own printing facility. So if you say, I need 200 more packets, I go to my own printing shop. I don't run to Kinko's like most agents that you deal with. So it's a really nice added thing. And we also have wellness. So normally wellness is not associated with ancillary benefits, but we have a full-time, we're the only insurance agency in San Antonio that has a full-time wellness coordinator. So that's something that we will have and offer her services to the district at no extra charge if you are a customer. And then basically our capabilities we talk about. We're obviously experts in healthcare reform, wellness programs, human resources, wellness, that sort of thing. So besides ancillary benefits, we also do benefits for health insurance and all those things. But basically, I have experience in all those areas. We are going to provide an online enrollment system called Benefits Connect, which the district has had out here before. So besides having the experience of individuals that have worked with the district, having all the local staffing here and the call centers, the system that we will provide is a system that's been used here before, so there's a lot of familiarity with it. So that's helpful. The last couple things, communications pieces, I just want to take a second to show you that. I think that one thing that, the employees, you pay a lot of money for benefits, and you want to have things that look good and you can be proud of. So inside your book, we've already done a mock-up of what your enrollment guides will look like. So you're going to have nice, high-quality materials that have your benefits both in a digital format and a printed format. So we took the liberty of making some mock-ups of some things that you'll have. So you're going to have some really nice, solid materials. And everybody will get, for SWBC, a benefits card. So instead of having 9 different ID cards in your wallet, you're going to have one card. It's tear-proof material, the latest technology, kind of neat. But it'll have our phone number for customer service, so you got one place to call. So everybody will have that. And then we also, just for some looking purposes, we put some wellness information in there. I said that's something that we would throw in at no additional charge that we have in there. But I think one of the most important things, too, is I also brought an example of the same guide, but it's in Spanish. And so we can do all of our materials in Spanish and English for whatever your needs are. The enrollment system, you just push a button at the bottom of the screen and it changes over to Spanish also. So I mean, from that regard, I think we got you covered. Because once again, I think it's something to keep in mind. A lot of money's being spent on your benefits, and you want to have high quality things, and we want to treat y'all like your first class. And so you have first class benefits with us. I think is it from an introductory standpoint, those are the high points I wanted to go over, because I want to give time for questions, and some of the answers I'll probably be helped out by the folks on my team here.
All righty, 6:35, Ms. Casares is joining us. 4:35.
There, let me have that.
Yeah, and that way that they can have.
Okay, here we go.
All righty, so at this time, we're going to open it up to the floor. So if anybody has any questions, please raise your hand up.
Yes, ma'am.
Does your phone periodically check
If you can please give her the mic, so she can introduce herself, and if she's representing a group or herself or a campus.
Thank you, Mr. Mancha. Claudia De Leon. I'm with HESA as well as with pupil personnel. Sir, does your firm periodically check with your clients to see how things are going, or if they're encountering any problems in any specific area?
Yes, we do. SWBC has the capability to do surveys, so we could actually do a survey out to the population and provide you feedback on a quarterly basis as to what the feelings of the population is. So yes, the answer to that is we do it just from our good old-fashioned folks who are out here. They're going to be on campus a lot. They're going to be here for open enrollment, so we'll be talking to folks all the time. But an added thing that we have is we can do a customized employee benefits survey and provide that information not only to you guys, but also to the board and to your leadership to see what everybody's feelings are around the benefit program. Questions?
Adam Estrada. I'm speaking on from Morrow Elementary, speaking for myself and a few of my coworkers at Morrow. My question is, every time we see these ancillary benefits and stuff, are we going to get, before we start choosing, or the board chooses, are we going to have a list of prices of everything that you guys offer? Because we never have the total money amounts until it's a company's picked.
Mm-hmm. Oh. So I think what you're talking about is, would we do a competitive survey out in the marketplace for you and then come back with the prices? Basically, the way that we would assume that it would work is that if we are retained, that's one of our main jobs, is we go out to the marketplace and survey all the different carriers. We're licensed with about 75 insurance companies because we are the largest brokerage in San Antonio, and we would go out and we would put out an RFP on your behalf. We would go do a survey. We would negotiate, working along with your leadership and collaboration to find you the fairest and the best price. So we're licensed with pretty much every insurance company that does ancillary benefits in the area.
So those benefits, and you're going to go through all that, but the numbers, before we make, the committee makes a choice or the board members make a choice, you and the second company, they're going to have prices. Well, how much Vision's going to cost per month? That's what I need. I need numbers to prices. I was wondering, does that come after we pick you, or does it Because I hate for us to pick something blind and we don't really have dollar amounts.
Right. No, I think I'm not sure how the process will go with us. I mean, one of our jobs is to go out and find you the best thing, but I don't know if it's something that we're going to go.
Mr. I'm happy to answer that. That's a great question. What happens is once we pick our ancillary agents, they'll go out to the marketplace, whoever we pick. They go out to the marketplace and they'll say, for example, for vision, they'll say, here is Superior Vision, here is Bank Vision, here's, and then we all come together. It's like every year we do it the same, and then y'all kind of tell us where y'all, the direction that the employees would like to go, because sometimes you don't want the lowest premium one because you don't like the amount of coverage with it. And so this board has always been responsive to the employees. And so they'll bring us the top 1 or 2, 3 like that, and then we get input from you. Whatever is said there, then we take to full board. Is that about right, Mr. Mancha? Thank you.
Yes, and we are independent agents, so we're not affiliated with any insurance company. So we go out and we check the market for you and try to drive the best deal for you.
Hi, Kathy Stein Collier. I'm just curious, if we have 2 agents and they both go out to the same companies, do they get the same prices and the same benefits? Or do those prices and benefits vary based on who the agent is?
The answer to that question is almost yes and no. It really depends on the situation and the type of product out there. But a lot of times in our business, size does matter. So if you've got a big book of business, you do a lot of business with various companies, you can achieve different levels with different carriers. We have $240 million in premium that we manage through our entire organization. So we're the premier with this company, we're the super elite with that company. So sometimes that matters. Generally on health insurance, the base rates are kind of the base rates and it's more about service and that sort of thing. But no, some vision carriers, some dental carriers, you can negotiate a little bit better than others. It just depends. But we think we do a very good job of that.
Are you a third-party administrator?
SWBC is a licensed third-party administrator, so we do have a license to perform those duties, yes.
So in saying that, then actually you're able to see, are you able to see what prices, because I think I kind of know where they're leaning to, is on the health insurance. Are you able to bundle those products that we're having to bring us lower premiums?
Well, this time the request that we answered didn't have to do with health insurance, but we do health insurance for practically every commercial client that we work with. So if under the direction of the board or through a process, we were asked to help and work on the health insurance, we certainly could. We certainly could. It's just that for this round, we weren't asked that, but we do that. I had a 20-year career at Humana, so health insurance is something we know a lot of.
Just wanted to say that if your vision, your dental, and one of the companies, ancillary companies, maybe not medical, but the ancillary companies, offers those benefits, yes, we look to say, hey, what if we put the vision and the dental and maybe some of the line of coverage that you currently have, would you give us a better price? And yes, they're very, very receptive to doing that. So we look for that, first and foremost, the best pricing with the best quality for your employees. So we look to that.
And last time you said it would take 60 days to roll over?
It generally takes about 60 days to set up the system. But we've done some research with our provider, and we actually can have a rush done. So maybe 30, if we can cut that in half, about 30 days to get everything fully up and running. Yes, ma'am.
So actually, I apologize. Like I mentioned, we're squeezing in, so we want to make sure that our second finalist also has the opportunity. So we will have to bring that.
Okay, I did have just one question.
Let's just allow Ms. Stein, since she's already
Thank
with the
you.
mic.
Since we can't see a price list prior to choosing the carrier, prior to choosing the third-party administrator, can we ask then how many employees you cover or how many companies or groups that you cover? Maybe that'll give us a comparison to which has more.
Sure. Okay. No, I can just do that real fast. I mean, as I said earlier, SWBC, we're the largest insurance brokerage in San Antonio, bar none. We manage, it's all about premium, how much premium dollars you manage. We manage $240 million in premium in our entire organization, $112 million in just employee benefits premium. So we can negotiate, we think, the best deals because of my background, having the background with Humana, being with the company, kind of knowing how that works, and then just knowing how insurance companies think. When I was here the first time, I had a slide where it showed some of the organizations that we do business with. We do business with a who's who in San Antonio. We work with car dealerships. We have the San Antonio Spurs. We have a lot of very big organizations in town that we do business with. And it's in the packet for you. That'll give you an idea. Oh, good.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Sir.
Thank you.
All right, sir. You ready? Okay, the floor is yours.
There you go. Good evening, Mr. Chairman, honorable board members, Mr. Superintendent, honorable administrators. My name is Gilberto Gonzalez. The gentleman behind me to my left, his name is Thomas Brick, and he's the state manager for First Financial. I'm going to put this down for a quick. We are First Financial. We are the largest provider of employee benefits in the state of Texas. As a matter of fact, we just went through a merger and we became even larger. And so our service ranges became even a wider spectrum of coverage for our customers. What that provides you for Harlandale ISD is the ability to go out into the market and get benefits that you normally wouldn't find at a lower cost with more guaranteed rates for the employees. Like, for instance, if we come into a brand new school or we have a guaranteed issue, we are able to negotiate with these companies, whether it's Humana or MetLife, Aflac, and we're able to negotiate with them on behalf of the school district. You have a lot of buying power when you work with the First Financial. We've been in business since 1968. Our direction from our management has always been service first and expertise. First in service. Now, there's been some things that have brought to my attention throughout the years that we've been here, and thank you so much for allowing us to be your third-party administrator. This is one of our accounts, Zapata CISD. In this case, we're able to improve your employee benefit booklet, and I'll share this a little bit later, and if I'm predicting there's going to be some questions, and if they do come up, I have an example how to alleviate and find solutions. Because when we first came into Harlandale ISD, we didn't want to upset the situation that Harlandale was in. Plus, we had to work around a certain framework of responsibility for the school district and accommodate the school district to maintain a thorough understanding of what benefits you had. The reason why I'm explaining this is because I want you guys to always be in control. But I want you guys to utilize us as a method, or have it as a methodology of improving your situation. So we are at your disposal. So we will take your questions now.
Mr. Gonzalez, there's a record from
in with our benefits staff on at least a monthly basis to see how, things are going, or if there are any problems that have come up, like with Ms. Wahago and her staff? Do you all do that?
We do. As a matter of fact, we operate as a team. When we first came in to the district, we have a billing team and we have a flex team. We have a customer service representative that also is dedicated to Harlandale ISD. We communicate back and forth through phone calls and emails. As a matter of fact, I get texts from Marty. She's back there. And she sends me questions at anybody. I'm able to be accountable to a question at any time, Saturdays, Sundays. We don't believe in really resting too much, thanks to this young man over here. We work night and day. We have that philosophy because many a times we get texts at night, and my wife used to be concerned about that because I would get a text from somebody in the emergency room and they want to know, do I have Flex? So I would help them download the app on the Flex app. And so they're able to go online and pay for their medical insurance. Because, yes, but we do communicate. As a matter of fact, Marty and Elizabeth and Diane have I see communication happening on a daily basis, either with our Flex team or our billing department or with me or Marissa.
Just one follow-up. With that said, so what is your resolution process? Do you refer to another entity, or, because I had a situation and it took like 3 calls, but what is it that you do?
Do you mind if I ask you your name, ma'am?
Oh, I'm sorry, Claudia De Leon.
Oh, I spoke with you. Yes, we work on behalf of the employee, and we reach out to the companies, and we'll ask. And then we'll ask, what's the situation, what's the policy, what's the procedure, and then they tell us. And then I communicate that back to you as I did. Yes. Here, you can't get it. Anyone else? Marty?
Hi, my name is Marty Morales Ferrari, and I work in the benefits department. Gil, you said that we text. I usually don't text because I don't have a company phone. You call me on my phone, but the thing is, no one ever asks Marty, how does First Financial do? What do y'all do with them? Do you communicate on a daily basis? No, we don't. If I send an email to Mr. Gonzalez, the email goes to another person to get a response, and then he'll send it back to me. But it's not like I'm getting the direct help. I think our accounts manager is Holly, and I haven't seen her since enrollment last year. So it's kind of, did they help? Yes, there's some situations that they will help in, but it's usually through another person, and those are through my emails. So it's another person that helps. I don't know if I'm supposed to say this, but we had a death in August. I reached out to Mr. Gonzalez, and he gave me an answer back. I think his job should have been to contact the wife of the person who passed away and dealt with that, because that happened before when we had Alamo insurance. They actually went to the home of the person that passed away and dealt with that. So I don't know, Gil.
Yes. Thank you, Marty. I passed around the phone. It's basically showing where I communicate with Marty via the text, and I'm available to her. So if I can finish this question real quick.
Just for clarification purposes, This is September 2019 is the first text, and then I believe, I don't know if this is...
That from last year?
Yeah, this is probably November, unless I'm wrong, this is probably November 2015.
Mm-hmm. If I may redirect our conversation to questions from the group about First Financial and how they can provide services to you as employees. If I could redirect that would be.
And that's thank you, Ms. Tudyk. That's exactly what I was going to say. Let's keep it to what the topic is about. And I know sometimes we have issues, and those are taken at a different time in a different location. Let's keep it at a professional level, and make sure that we understand he's here to answer questions as to what he has available. Whether we feel or do not feel that it's been available to us, that is taken up with a different process and a different group. So thank you.
Kathy Stein Collier. We were told that a larger company can give us better benefits, and so I had asked the other group how many employees they cover or how many companies they represent, and they responded by how much money in premiums they handle. Does that make sense to you? And can you tell us how that fits with what you're doing, what you have available? Because we know that if you handle more people, you can get better prices, and we don't have prices from them and prices from you to compare, so I'm thinking if we could compare that.
Well, that's a good question. Because of our large block of clients, I would imagine we have our premium, it would eclipse their premium. But that's normally not something that I would want to discuss. Our focus should always be the clientele and how we can improve things. When we deal with insurances, the guaranteed issues that I was going back forth when I started, those are things and methods that are used to protect your employees, your current employees that you currently have. Is to guarantee that anyone has a pre-existing condition like diabetes, who have major illnesses, that they won't be denied by us coming in. When we open up and give you a guaranteed issue, it protects your employees and their families. Like the Texas Life, for instance, that's something that's currently in Harlandale ISD. If Texas Life were to be sold by SWBC, is that correct? They would probably ask a lot more questions than we normally would. And in this community, dealing with the Hispanic culture, which I'm very much aware of, that I'm part of, you ask us, what do we eat every holiday? Tamales, buñuelos, all these, these good things. They taste good. I love that my mom makes them, but if I were to try to buy life insurance, I'm not overweight. I'm at well, maybe I am a little bit, but they would find that I have high cholesterol. And if they find I have diabetes, if they find out any of these things, guess what? I'm gone, or I'm rated. They're going to charge me a lot more. And here, we're just going to ask 3 simple questions. If that particular company were to try to sell this policy, they wouldn't be able to bring this policy to you with only 3 simple questions. Remember, we only asked 3 simple questions. During the last 6 months, has proposed insured been actively at work on a full-time basis performing usual duties? Has he been absent from work due to an illness or medical treatment for a period more than 5 consecutive working days? See, that's only 2 questions. If you notice, all of us right now would pass these questionnaires.
Sir, I have a question. So before you run out of time, I'm right here next to you. Right here. Sorry. Are you a third-party administrator? And if you are you able to help bring health insurance costs down into our district? And if you are, how are you able to do that?
Go ahead, get this.
If we are a registered TPA in the state of Texas, the answer to that is yes. Yes, ma'am. Part of that is that I want to get back to, I don't know that her question was really thoroughly answered. You talk about volume and premium and how big First Financial is. I've been here 23 years. I'll give you a little bit of background here, is that First Financial in Texas, we're in 7 states right now, okay? Texas, Louisiana, New Mexico, North Carolina, South Carolina, Virginia, and Arizona. At this point right now with Texas, we had about a ballpark of a little over 400 school districts, and this is K through 12 market that we focus in. In addition to that, with our acquisition and our strategic partnership that we have just accomplished, that number of participants now has almost doubled in the state of Texas. We're looking at over 250,000 participants that we handle in the state of Texas. Again, that does make us the largest third-party administrator of employee benefits in the state of Texas in the K through 12 market that we're committed to since 1968. Does it always make you the best because you're the biggest? No. But our strategic partnership with this particular organization, TCG Holdings, they actually do y'all's 403B administration today, and they do, I think they were just awarded your 457 deferred comp. So you're kind of melding the best of both worlds. First Financial on the 125 side and all supplemental benefits, melded with them running the investment side of things. And so, again, I hope that answers. I can give you a number of participants, number of accounts in all 7 states to get you premium dollar, to give you a number there. I could get that for you. Just take us some time.
Now,
Yes,
the
ma'am.
last question, let me answer that real quickly. We have a license here. I'm going to pass this around. This license shows that we are a true third-party administrator. If SWBC is a true third-party administrator, they would show you a license like this. If they did not show you a license like this, then they're not a true third-party administrator.
Can you answer my question though?
And ask me that question again.
Health insurance premiums?
Yes.
Okay. Will we be able to get a leverage in that?
If you can get the mic, sir, please.
Okay, sorry. Sorry about that. Okay, specifically your question was whether or not we could
Help you with the
opportunity to lower those rates and aggregate that.
Yes.
Okay.
And if you are, how?
Again, First Financial in the majority of the schools in Texas are on TRS, okay, with Aetna. We have no control over the rates in that organization, and we just run with that. There are about, I don't know, a handful of districts out of the 1,100 and some odd districts in Texas that are out on their own now, self-funded, chase and bid process year after year. Can we leverage some of that? Absolutely. Are we an organization that focuses in the medical business? No. But because of our strategic partnership and alliances with all of the vendors out there that do the health insurance, which we enroll, we feed EDI files, we do all of the administrative side of the work for those medical organizations, those companies, that gives us the opportunity to, I would stand here and say, I want to be exactly honest with you, I can't say that we would come up better, but it would behoove you to take a shot at letting us go out and bring you back, and you can take that pick. I mean, that's something that you get with First Financial Group, is that all of our folks are salaried, company vehicles. It's not a commission-only driven world with this organization. So, and we do all of the bidding out of the products. We go and search the marketplace, whether it's 1 product or 10 products. We go out and do that. That's part of our service at no cost to any of our clients. And we've got access to over 100 vendors out there nationwide. So again, I guess I would just say give us a shot at it, and we'll bring you back the best quotes we can possibly bring. We've been able to aggregate some of this stuff through an interlocal board. I'll give you one quick example, and that was group life insurance out there. We were able to bring to the state of Texas to about 200 districts that were under the employee count of 500 and below. We were able to give them a 48-cent rate for a $10,000 employer-paid group life. The market was dictating everybody in Texas was paying about $1 a month. So we dropped that 55%. Our next task now with that board is to go after vision for the whole state of Texas. Then we'll be moving into dental in 2018. So we're constantly trying to better the prices and aggregate our buying power to get a better rate to the end user, the client.
Ann Brown from STEM Early College High School. As teachers, every year we are asked to continually self-reflect and improve our own performance. And since you all, we had you for this last year, you were our provider or broker or whatever. What is it you would do differently this year that would help encourage us to choose you as the company?
Thank you. What I would suggest is to avoid any kind of issues of employees not understanding what they have. For instance, somebody may think that they have disability insurance, but if we're not presenting to your staff, if we're not given access to your staff, how can we truly educate? And for all these years that we've been with Harlandale, it's always been let's go to the very end and then let's rush the enrollment. Well, if you give us the ability to help you with the enrollment, to plan the enrollment, we'll be able to go out and do staff presentations. That's really what's missing in Harlandale. Staff presentations is missing. The reason why we create these booklets is so that we can share the information in this book. So that if somebody bought disability insurance and they go out on disability and all of a sudden they find out they weren't being insured where they were at, that can be avoided. But if we're not given the opportunity to truly help you, and it's always rush, 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 okay, we gotta get this done, we only got this, that hurts us. And I mean no disrespect, I'm just being honest. Martin Luther King said, it pains some people to think, and I hope it's not hurting me right now, but I'm being honest with you. I want to be able to educate you. But in order for us to do that, we got to give staff presentations. If we're not allowed to give staff presentations, then pretty much the employee will suffer because they don't know what they have or what they bought. And we can't force you to buy something. For instance, he sits in front of me and says, these are the products that you have. The responsibility ultimately stands with this young man to tell me I want to increase my disability, or I want to buy life insurance, or an evidence of insurability is not filled out, and he passes away, and he didn't fill out this evidence of insurability, or maybe if, these are things that, again, if we're in front of the staff and they're educating them, that's what's missing. That's what I would want in Harlandale.
Mr. Quesada?
Yeah, I just had one quick question, and then real fast, because I think we're out of time. Are those three, on the life insurance, are those three questions sufficient? Because I was made aware, at least as a board member, I was made aware of at least one person in the district who had applied for health insurance, had preliminarily got approved by your group, was paying into it, and then found out later on that there was no life insurance actually, or that there had been denied.
There's two different products. The group life is where you need to fill out an evidence of insurability. And in this enrollment, we had, again, if we would have given the opportunity to educate in a staff meeting, do presentations, then we would have communicated that to all them.